So, welcome to another episode of Chatting with our sponsors. Today I'm happy to be joined by Martin Engdahl, the CEO of DBVisualizer. Welcome, Martin.
Thank you, Kai. Happy to be here.
Yes, so can you start by telling us, I think DBVisualizer is a fairly descriptive name, isn't it? But can you still say what really is DBVisualizer?
Yeah, thanks, Kai. So I'll explain what DBVisualizer is. So we're a Swedish company founded some 20 years ago. We are a universal database tool that allows developers and data analysts, typically anyone working with databases, to connect to their data source. And we support a wide variety of use cases for them to work with their data. So we've grown over time. We started as a free tool. And nowadays, we also have a commercial version with support for enterprise customers. I would say we're universal in the sense that we connect to a wide variety of data sources, but we're also specialized in the sense that we provide deep support for each database. So if you take MariaDB, for an example, of course, we support common stuff like tables and columns, but also stored procedures and triggers and sequences. So and storage engines, so quite deep support. And you could compare that to something like Snowflake, where we, also support their specialized objects such as stages and streams and pipes, etc. But in essence, we're a lightweight tool, secure, easy to get started in and deploy in an organization.
And you support both open source and closed source databases?
Yes. I think we support 70 plus types of databases, and we add support continuously. That's correct.
And what's the role of MariaDB server for DBVisualizer right now?
Yeah, so for us, MariaDB is quite important. We do, of course, a bit of telemetry to understand feature usage of DBVisualizer, and it's a very popular database among our users. So last I checked, I think you were ranked 6 or 7 in popularity among users, which is quite nice. I think it slightly overperforms if you look at like other external metrics such as DB ranking. So for us, it's very popular among our users, and hence it's very important for us. And I would guess that around 5,000 connections are made from DBVisualizer to MariaDB on a monthly basis.
Cool.
But I think at the core we like MariaDB because it's a good high-performing database. Strong security, we have flexible storage engines and extensible with a plugin architecture.
And you yourself have a plugin architecture too. I understand that the way that you connect a new database is based on sort of a common core, but then of course enabling the specific features of a database like MariaDB.
Yes, that is correct. So yeah, it was a good architecture that was set some time ago. So we call it a database profile, which allows us to separate the actual database from the rest of the application. So you can configure what support we have for a database, basically in an XML-like structure, which allows us to support the specialized objects for all of those databases. And that actually configures the GUI and does a lot of smart things. So yes, that is correct. And that's also a good target for putting into an open source project, for example, to allow users to extend database support and customize both the application and the support for various data sources.
So you're hinting at not only supporting your open source databases, but perhaps being at least partly open source yourself, are you?
Yes, you saw what I did there. Slight hint.
Interesting and commendable. I think that's a great way for you to both engage with your community and grow your user base. So I very much welcome that. So
thank you.
You're now joining MariaDB Foundation as silver sponsors. What are your expectations of so doing?
Well, when we looked at MariaDB Foundation, there are a lot of things we like. So it promotes like community development and engagement. You provide documentation, training materials, and a lot of developer resources, and also support different education initiatives. I think for us, we share those values. We also try to build a user community. We give out our product for free, which has widespread, and we're thankful for. We try to create interesting concepts for education. We have a site called The Table where we share database tips and tricks and best practices. And I think we've put out 450 to 500 different articles there to share, good tidbits on how to work with databases. And we're also supporting various education initiatives through various partners, and provide resources online for learning, and provide our tool free for students. I think those sort of alignment of values makes it very interesting to support Maria Foundation.
I think we are not only aligned on values there, but also on content. So we have a MariaDB for Universities program where I would welcome DBVisualizer to be featured and to be demoed and to be integrated into the program as a good tool. And then another area where I think there's quite a bit of value is our hackathons. So we have a hackathon that just concluded in Bangalore in India, and those hackathons usually work in two ways. One is integration, but hey, we're already integrated into your tool, so no need to do further integration there. But then we're talking about what we call innovations. It's actually a form of tutorials. So we'd love to have our standard testing database, the Open Flights database, being visualized by your tool.
I think that can be arranged. We do have sample databases that come pre-installed with the product, so you can easily test it out and get into it. So we'll look into that. It's a good idea.
Yeah. So we have a repository on GitHub for exactly this purpose, for people to be able to easily test new functionality and existing functionality of MariaDB. Anything else we should know about, or our viewers should know about DBVisualizer?
Yeah, I think the thing that we're most proud of is, and I think also one of our core values is probably user satisfaction. So it's one of our key metrics, and we try to be very meticulous in engineering. It's a powerful tool with a lot of features. So whenever we build something, we try to build in quality, and not in the sense that it's free of defects, of course, and has good performance, but also quality in the sense that if you're familiar with one part of the UI, you should be able to use the rest of the application because it follows the same design principle when it comes to that. So I think if you look at any sort of external peer review site like G2, etc., we should be top of the list there, which is what we strive for, and also what makes us successful after 20 years. So I think probably that's our main differentiator and worth mentioning.
So I think that's another area of alignment. So we usually stress three words: stability, performance, and ease of use. And I think you articulated all of them. You want the product to be free of bugs, you want it to be performant, and you want it to be a no-brainer to use, easy to use, no surprises, and a consistency between the areas. And what I particularly like is that you are a complement to us, in the sense that we are really not a UI product at all. We provide the backend, you provide the front end towards the database. So I can visualize quite an interesting set of things we can do together.
No, it's a perfect complement. And I think for us, it's also important to still keep it lightweight and easy to deploy, and not become ideally, you should be up and running in 5 minutes, right? It shouldn't be a big deployment project. So it should be something that's lightweight, accessible in the hands of all the users to allow them to access any data source. And really, I think for us, this trend of allowing as much of your end users as possible to directly access data in a read-only mode, and of course, you can add AI to do natural language questions. So that I think that trend is perfect for us, where we're a very good option for lightweight access for all roles that need to make decisions based out of data.
Excellent, Martin. So perhaps you could conclude by telling us, if I want to kick the tires, if I have my MariaDB installation and I would want to visualize it, to access it through DBVisualizer, where should I go? What should I do? Should I download something, or what should I do?
Yeah, so simplest way is you can go to our site, dbvis.com, or Google DBVisualizer. There's a big button on the front page that says download. So there's no email required, no anything. So just one click, get the binary. It should pre-select your correct architecture from the system you're accessing it from, and there's a pretty simple install wizard to get you started. And of course, if you want to try all pro features, there's a free trial in there as well. So we try to keep the thresholds as low as possible to try it out. So hope you like it.
Thank you, Martin. I really appreciate this, and I think we have some further discussions ahead of us. But thank you for this time. Thanks, Martin.
Thank you, Kaj. It was a pleasure.
The MariaDB Foundation is the global contact point for collaboration on MariaDB server. Our work is made possible thanks to the support of our sponsors.